All right, welcome back to SVG, Sports Tech On Demand, bringing you the latest innovations this spring season. I'm with Todd Erdley, CEO of Videon. Todd, thanks so much for joining us. Appreciate it.
Hey, thank you for letting me have some time today. And thank you to everybody at SVG for giving us the platform to talk about our products.
Yeah, well, we're just trying to help everybody get the word out during some difficult times. But, you guys are known not primarily for the EdgeCaster family, which is a very streamlined encoding platform that you can take out in the field. So tell me a little bit about EdgeCaster in general, what the family offers.
Great. So we have the EdgeCaster product. This is our EdgeCaster unit. First thing you can see is it's a small form factor. It's a low power H.264 HEVC video encoder. Goes up to 4K 30. So this is built on a Qualcomm Snapdragon platform. So it gives us a lot of processing power. And so, there are lots of video encoders that are out there and, have the SDI inputs, they have HDMI inputs. So why Videon? Well, so what we've really done here is we've said, let's take the normal world of video streaming and let's crank it up a notch. Let's really be mindful of low latency live streaming. So we've used the power of the Qualcomm chip so that we can output HLS, we can output Dash, we can output low latency CMAP, we can output multiple bit rates, we can dual post, we can have failover. We have all these features that are kind of like the high-end video encoders that you would find for total workflow production, but we've brought it down to a price point and a size form factor that's much smaller. So with EdgeCaster, it's being used for a wide range of low latency video distribution. We're seeing with our partner AWS workflows where we can have 1.5, 2 seconds of total latency. So EdgeCaster really is providing the world of sports, live streaming, new opportunities for engagement into what you can do as far as supporting low latency applications.
Okay, great. So EdgeCaster is an established product for you guys. And although NAB is not happening physically this year, I'm sure that you guys have some new developments coming out of the product line. So what are some of those new features and products that we can expect on the EdgeCaster side?
If only we were at NAB, we would be talking about all sorts of cool things. So small box, small form factor, lots of power inside. So let's imagine that there are 4 processing cores in here. Let's imagine that we only use 15% of one of those cores. So what do we do with all those other cores? Why not light up a lot of functionality for control? Sure, you could have something like a REST API. Sure, you could have XML control from the cloud. What would happen if you could program this box with Python knowledge? So what we were going to show at NAB is a Python development platform where people can customize their cloud offerings, their online video platforms by programming in our box, developing their own scripts, developing their own macros, really making this part of a cohesive workflow. So we're really, really excited to showcase that an encoder, the cloud, and the player are not 3 separate elements, but they're one contiguous element. Because at the end of the day, what's one of Videon's real key things? Simply moving media. Simply moving media doesn't start and end with this box. It starts with this box, but it ends with the user getting a great experience. So by giving a Python environment for programmers, we get to that point. But then you got to take it kind of the next step. So people started asking us for some application-specific things. And we said, I think that we could do something. Small form factor, it's low power. Why not put it together as a backpack? Why not put it together where you can have a Wi-Fi or a cellular network, you have a battery, you put this all together, you stick it in a backpack and off you go. So if you're a live sport reporter and you want to go into the field and you want to broadcast 10,000 concurrents from the field, no problem. You can do that right now. So those were the things that we were going to really push at NAB. We're still going to push it. As a matter of fact, in the coming days, we're going to be scheduling online live demos of the product, and we'll be notifying the industry through means like SVG. So we're anxious to showcase the capability of the product.
Great, cool. And if you're interested in one of those demos, we have Todd's email listed here. Just briefly, Todd, we're in obviously some tough, interesting, odd times. And the industry is going to be very different, I would think, coming out the other side of this. So how do you see the industry evolving, and how do you think you guys can help that conversion, for lack of a better term, as we come out the other end.
There's no doubt that video streaming is in the front of the conscience of all sorts of different people. And so people are being exposed to this at a rapid pace. But we as an industry have to be mindful that the only way that this is really going to work well is if we put together solutions that can scale down. We can't stay high end. We can't stay broadcast stage totally. We have to give our needs, our users and their needs something different. So we're really, really, really concentrating on workflow. We're doing this with partnerships with our cloud people. We're doing this with partnerships with our player people. And I think the transformative thing that we as an industry need to start thinking about is that there are a broader range of people that need us down market, and we have to think in partnership modality. And we have to do that to keep it really, really, really simple, because at the end of the day, we're experiencing problem after problem after problem where somebody needs our services, our live streaming services desperately, but they can't do it because we're asking them to figure out port forwarding or DHCP or all sorts of things. So how do we make this easier? And so I think that that's the challenge for us as an industry. I think if we get involved with that as a whole, that we can really do great things, not only as a result of what's going on now, but for a systemic view going forward.
Great. Well, thank you, Todd. Really appreciate the time, and our positive thoughts out to the entire Videon team. Appreciate you joining us.
And thank you so much again to SVG. Our thoughts and prayers with everybody for safety and well-being. So thank you again.
Great. And for more SVG Sports Tech on Demand, stay tuned to sportsvideo.org and the SVG YouTube channel.